I'm Hokey Joker.
Bedroom.
Green Lantern.
And welcome to Just Us Bros Podcast. Hey bros, welcome back to Just Us Bros Podcast. And with the greatest smash hit recently released in theaters, Borderlands, we have our own Borderlands resident and fanatic, Batchford.
I know you lying when you said the greatest, whatever the hell you just said. I stopped listening. You're not talking about this movie I'm about to talk about, are you?
I haven't seen it, but I know
Oh
you're.
my. Well, here. I'm pretty sure none of you guys have seen this movie either, have you?
Nope. Well, let me just preface it with it's got 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's better than the 0 they opened with.
Damn.
But here, let me do a quick recap of the games. Borderlands 1, interesting, different, kind of the same first-person shooter type game, but fun, enjoyable. It was great.
I think it was
Borderlands
different
2,
enough from Halo that it was really unique.
yes,
Like, because Halo was big at that time.
and the toilet humor from that game, when it came out in 2012, I think, or whenever it came out, was perfect for my mindset of video gaming and not taking things too seriously. And the tagline of a bajillion guns, you really could get different kind of modifications on guns and different kinds of things. And toilet humor, like I said, there's a guy called, I think one of the bosses, his name is Nine Toes, but it says, and he has 3 balls. Like humor like that. It was like great stuff. Borderlands 2 came out, weren't so much on this desolate planet like Mad Max type tall planet anymore. You went kind of to space and to other different planets. They did a perfect job, my goodness, in that game with a character called Handsome Jack, who was the main antagonist. And by the end of the game, like, he deserved to die for all the shit that he did to me and my favorite characters from that game. After that, the pre-sequel, oh shit, I still haven't beat that, but it's fun. Borderlands 3 came out actually like almost 5 years ago. Still great game. They've modified and tweaked some things and made the game more entertaining, which is technically it's still more of the same. Long story short, when they made this movie and I saw all of the stuff that I saw, it looked visually appealing. The casting I was shocked by, but I was going to give it a shot because, like, people that know the game know that those characters are either not the same type of person that was cast for their character, but they look the part somewhat. And he, like, the movie looked visually stunning. Like, it looked like, boom, Firestone Pandora came right out of the game onto the screen. When I watched the movie, it was like, hey, all this shit that you know, here, we just threw it together, and now we're going to make stories based on the lore we know, because we never played any of the games. And again, like I said, it's a mature game, mature themes, toilet humor, and corny, weird jokes. It's like they made this damn movie for, like, they wanted to put this out on Disney Plus or something. It was very toned down, watered down, and I'm like, I can't see any fan of the game enjoying this movie. And then also any fan of movies enjoying this movie, because every scene literally looked like a cutscene from the game that they just copied and pasted all throughout the movie that they wanted to do, and it did not make any sense at all. I'm kind of like, hey, why is Roland doing this? Oh, Tiny Tina, cool. What are you doing? And why are you what? Okay, whatever. Oh, obviously, okay, cool. Vault. Oh, movie's over. I'm just
I
Yeah,
feel like
but
that's like if you took Deadpool and made it like rated G or PG-13, and then it
pretty much
loses a lot of the humor
it
and
lost all of its flavor, its heart, its humor. These characters that I've been with this franchise for since 2012 or whatever when this came out. It's like they were kind of like, "Hi, I'm this character. Let's go on to this movie." And we're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
kind of a middle
It was
finger to
just
the fans. Man, that's disappointing.
It really was. But also, I kind of feel like that. I was hearing people say that the movie video game curse when they make movies, like it's gonna hurt the franchise, is gonna hurt the story. Uh, I almost didn't want to go back and play Borderlands 3 because I was going through missions too. After watching this movie, I was like, oh, I don't even want to play the games anymore. But I went back because I was like, I still have what I know in those games, and that horrible movie would. I think they just need to burn it.
But
Also, too,
also, oh,
yeah, go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say also, I think in a panic mode after seeing how the movie went, did they not release some more news about future games?
They at the yes, they had talked about Borderlands 4 coming out next year. I'm thinking they were like, "Hey, our movie didn't do so great. By the way, guys, here's Borderlands 4." And it was literally just a teaser trailer. It showed nothing but some super hardcore fans were talking about Easter eggs or something in the trailer, but whatever, dude. But
How
yeah,
did they waste Jack Black as Claptrap? I mean, he just seems like perfect casting.
to me, yes. Except we already had a perfect Claptrap from the games, which honestly, if they had just transitioned him from the movies to the movie, I
Yeah,
think that
why not?
would have been perfect. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I guess because he's a big name and he just came from, Super Mario, I think they were like, oh, if they hear Jack Black's gonna be in this, maybe the people want to go see it. I
Hmm.
was like, I really wish that this company had just thought of making a good movie that was true to the story and the lore of the games that it's based off of, instead of let's put these names in there. People know these names. Let's bring them there. Like all the masses of the kids that played these games would have been there if they had cast me as Roland. Would have made more sense to cast me instead of Kevin Hart. I mean, I love Kevin Hart, but that's not the role he's so
You
far
should
I've
talk
seen.
about some of the characters that you can play in the games too. Because I remember in the first one, like they had so much personality, each character with their own skills and stuff. Like Brick, I just loved playing Brick, and because he has this ability, you just drop your guns and just go ape shit and just like beat the
Yeah,
shit out of everybody with your bare hands. I mean, that's already a lot of personality. Like, are
and
you saying none of
Mordecai.
the movie characters had any of that?
No, because literally they introduced like the first. I'm not spoiling anything because nobody saw this damn movie anyway. The opening scene, Tiny Tina has been abducted by Atlas, who is the bad guy for the movie, and we see a prison break, and then some guy break into her cell, break into her cell. Sorry, I don't know what the hell that was.
Broken to her sail.
I think that's the this child is blessed. I think that's the Rockbridge County coming out of me. But anywho, breaks into her cell, and then we see the camera go to him. He's like, "I'm rolling. I'm here to get you out." And then she's like, "Oh, hi, Tiny Tina." Like, obviously, we know who the hell she is, or because oh, this hurts so much. Okay, he breaks her out. They run a little bit. He does a quick action scene where he's shooting some guards. Krieg from I think he was in the pre-sequel, or he may be in the third one, but Krieg, another character that was imprisoned, breaks the glass of his own cell, helps them fight, and now he's part of the team.
Hmm.
No other. That was it. That's how he became part of the team, and then they escape.
It's like Suicide Squad 1 levels of like, oh, we're
Yeah,
a team now.
but really dumbed down though.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then Lilith is introduced as she's not a bounty hunter, but she goes and gets things for people that are missing things, and she'll do this one job for you, but I'm not a bounty hunter or a vault hunter, whatever. Sorry.
Oh.
And then she finds Tina because she's supposed to take Tina back to her dad, Atlas. And then they a little tussle there, and then another action set piece, and they're all four on a mission together to not get caught and open a vault. And they already have one key of 3, 4.
Yeah. That's
So-
Already
crazy.
at this point in the movie, I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna keep watching this because I'm a fan, and maybe they will surprise me. But to me, I don't think that with Borderlands you can really make a movie about it, at least one movie, and do it the way they did when trying to bring in everything from every piece of movie. I mean, not movie, every game that has been out already. I really think that this would have been better as a mini series, like what Amazon Prime did for Fallout. Because I mean, how many Fallout games are there? And if they had tried to make a Fallout,
Good
yeah, if
amount.
they had tried to make a Fallout movie and brought every little bits and pieces of every game into there and threw it into a movie, probably no one would have watched that because I know I wouldn't have.
There's
And I
no way
can
it would
say,
have made sense.
yeah, and I can say I have not played a Fallout game to this day, but watching the show as a fan going into the show, um, of the series, knowing about the series, not playing it though, I understood everything they were doing because they had time to develop characters, break down things, and oh, okay, that makes sense. And then some people's reactions that have played the games are like, oh shit, I like that character because that's exactly who it's supposed to be, or that's exactly what he's supposed to be about. And for Borderlands, I think you need to do that because just Borderlands 1, I think I put 40 hours literally into that game of just all the things I could have done and like side missions and whatnot. Oh man. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to end that there because that's just such a I could rant on and on about that movie.
I think they
Oh,
could make it would be better as like an animated series kind of. Have you guys seen that trailer for that one show that's coming out, Secret Level, where they make like
Is
where
it
they
about all
make
the video
go
games?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
well, not all of them, but I think there's
Or
like a
most
good amount that
things, yeah.
yeah, they picked out a few and they're gonna make like a story, like a really good looking like animated short movies about each video game, and that looks sick.
that's been a trend with a lot of it's either hot or cold when it comes to video game movies. Super Mario Brothers, the most recent one, most like highest rated comedy of all time, most highest earning comedy of all time. The series, like you said, Fallout, Halo's got 2 seasons. I mean, I haven't watched it, don't know how good it is, but it's you mentioned it, the video game movie curse. Is there any guilty pleasure bad movies though from these cursed video game movies that you absolutely love?
I'll let somebody else go first. HA, you have any video
Yeah.
game movies that have come out that you actually do enjoy, even though they may have been horrible or whatnot?
I will say Street Fighter. When that came out, I was like,
God. You're not
this
talking about
I
the Legend of Chun Li, right?
yeah. No,
Oh,
like
you
well
are?
the
Okay.
no the one with
Jean Claude.
JCVD.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
as Guile. That movie, like I had on VHS, and as a kid, I would rewatch and rewatch it. Only like when I got into adult, I was like, okay, this is pretty cheesy, and people uh can make fun of this movie for reasons, but I thought it was there were some good moments in it, especially being a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan.
I'll
Um,
go. I've got three I want to mention. Um, one, not the greatest movies, but the 1990s Mortal Kombat movies, and I guess
Yes,
early 2000.
I did like those
For
too.
the time, those were good movies. Um,
Until
did was there much storyline? No, but they were good movies, and the characters were pretty spot on. And I'm looking forward to seeing the new one that came out a couple years ago. That was decent. Um,
No, it was a lot better because they actually did fatalities and stuff, and there was
they did the
gory.
fatalities and stuff, but I wasn't completely sold on Scorpion and Sub Zero in that movie. I don't know what it was, just something with their dynamic, like
added
hired thugs.
and the
Mm.
added random like main character who's like a this
Descendant.
descendant of Scorpion. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I liked him. I liked that they tried to add a new character and like do that, but I didn't like how at the end it's just like, oh yeah, I've had these powers in me all along. It's like,
yeah,
uh,
like the whole Arcana.
Yeah,
Like that's how they got their powers, and like Sonya Blade
yeah,
didn't have it until she killed um
you
Kano.
know,
Yeah, but you know Carl Urban supposedly playing Johnny Cage. I'm looking forward to that.
Oi, I'm
yeah.
Johnny Cage.
And to bring back full circle to John Claude Van Damme, there's a John Claude Van Damme Johnny Cage skin in the Mortal Kombat 1 game. It's
oh
pretty
yeah, I
cool.
saw that.
What were what's the other two video game movies?
Shit, I forgot. Um, Mortal Kombat. Oh, I'll tell you other one. The Umbrella,
Resident
Resident-
Evil.
Resident Evil. Again, not the best acting, not the best storylines in the movies, but I enjoy those movies. When they come out, especially the character with the nice assets. Um,
Mila Jovovich's character.
yes. Number three, it's not really a video game movie per se, but there's video game characters in it. Pixels with Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that one.
Horrible movie, but seeing all these random characters come to life in the real world, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Chad dating a Hubert that turns into a woman and then have like Hubert babies.
It's what
I
we've
feel
always
like
wanted.
It was like Wreck-It Ralph before Wreck-It Ralph, and also like Ready Player One with the
Yeah.
gaming cameos.
And another one I'll say really quick, anime that came out recently that surprised me, Solo Leveling. Where have you
Well,
seen
I
that,
heard good
Hung?
things about that. No, I haven't. I've been wanting to watch it. It's been on my list.
Check it out. It's a little slow to start, but it's pretty cool. It's got the video game theme to it, but anime, and I enjoyed that. It was definitely different than any I've seen before. I don't know how they're gonna keep expanding it, but I mean it's cool so far.
When
Hey.
I was in Korea earlier this year, I saw like posters and stuff for it everywhere. So I know it's pretty
Yeah.
popular.
I didn't even realize until I was like halfway through it. Well, I watched it each week as it was coming out, and what do they call it when it's a Korean anime? Um,
Oh,
is it isekai?
no, well, isekai just means like you like show up and like spawn in a different world, and then you're like in that world as a character. Kind of
Okay.
like I know there's like a bunch of different isekais,
Yeah.
but like it could be like a fantasy world or a video game world, and you just like the protagonist gets stuck in there, and then
Well, that
Shield
kind of
Hero,
that kind of
Shield Hero's one.
that
Cracks.
kind of fits here.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's video game based TV show, but not based on a video game, but it's like a video game. That's all I can say without spoiling anything.
Yeah, gotcha.
So for my video game movie that it's guilty pleasure sort of, and I liked it because what it could have been versus what it ended up being, and that's the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Because when they came out with like the first trailer and people were so upset at Sonic's design, they
That
bullied
alien.
them to change the design. And that's why I like that so much because like look what it could have been. Imagine if people knew what Borderlands was going to be before it came out and how many people would write and say, WTF are you doing? How much could have changed?
Yeah.
So
Probably would have improved it a lot.
yeah, so Sonic is like that for me.
But Sonic is actually a good movie, though. I really
It
enjoyed
is,
the first Sonic.
but I'm saying it's good now. But can you imagine what would have been with that ugly design?
True. That would have
No
been
matter what the storyline is, even if it was just fixing the CGI, it would have dropped so many points.
Yeah, because
Imagine
I
what
see
Green
you're
Lantern would have been with that.
Yeah, but Green Lantern based on video game, yeah.
Yeah, because I could see the Sonic movie like as a good a movie as it was. If Sonic looked like he did in the first trailer, that's all people would have been talking about if they did not release that trailer like a year before the movie came out. For Borderlands, I don't even think they released the trailer until like 3 months before it came out, and that gave nobody any time to react, and everyone was like, "Oh, okay."
I think I
Oh,
remember
no.
being at a.
tell.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say I don't think you can really tell from like that trailer that they put out that it was gonna be like awful. I think the jokes didn't really land, but you're like, maybe it could be good. Like you said, the visuals were there.
So
I just remember I think we were at a movie somewhere and the trailer came on, and I don't know if Bat Drew had seen it already or if it was his first time, but I just remember when Kevin Hart came on the screen, he's like, "The hell."
Yeah,
And
pretty
I
much.
consider myself a Kevin Hart fan. I like Kevin Hart. Majority of the movies he's in, I enjoy. So to hear
Yeah,
him say, and I feel like Drew's the same way. So to hear him say that, I was like, something's not right.
Yeah, because I enjoy Kevin Hart and his stunt double, The Rock. Like I like what Kevin does in his movies. Like he has a specific genre that he does well in. Would I love to see him in a horror movie where he's like serious about it, or another action movie where he's serious about it? Of course. But for what he does, he's not rolling, okay? Ah,
Yeah.
ugh.
Okay, but Badger, what's a bad comic book or bad video game movie that you love?
Borderlands. Plot twist.
Ugh. That actually made my heart skip a beat when you said that. But no. Deep Cut. Um, you guys may have never even heard of this movie or played this game. Double Dragon.
I've heard of
Love
it.
that. I forgot about Double Dragon.
Yes, and also that was the first time I was introduced to Alyssa Milano, and my goodness, did I become a fan of her from that movie.
Oh my god, I love that movie. Thanks for giving me that.
Yes,
Like,
it's
and-
streaming on I think Peacock or something. You can catch it again.
Yeah, the villain in that movie played what's his name? He's always plays the bad guy. He was the bad guy in Terminator 2.
Steve
And he was
Buscemi.
the bad guy from Peacemaker, his dad.
What is that guy's name?
Because he was in Reacher, the most recent season of Reacher.
Yeah, he was like
Right.
the
The T-1000. I can't remember his name
Oh,
because
Alright.
we're thinking about it.
I never finished Reacher season 2.
Robert Patrick.
Robert
Robert
Patrick.
Patrick.
There it is.
You should. I highly recommend it. Season
Oh.
2 is pretty good.
I mean, I can't get it past season 2 of Jack Reacher because every time they turn around, they're like, to the special forces. Like, this is the Arrow Island situation. Special forces, right?
They're telling his backstory, and it's going to correlate to the present story eventually.
But they say it like I've watched like almost all the episodes, and like they say the special forces like 800 times an episode.
Well, they also say Reacher 800 times an episode. Reacher.
You should just turn it into a drinking game like we should have done for the movie The Beekeeper.
I'm beekeeper.
I'm the beekeeper.
I keep the bees.
What's
That was a
the
good movie.
Beekeeper.
That's
That-
going to be a guilty pleasure movie for us in 10 years too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Definitely a guilty
another-
pleasure.
another topic. Jason Statham movies.
Boy.
We're going to be on that next time. Yeah.
All right. So if you guys could take a video game that has not been made into a movie,
Oh,
what would you want that? What video game would you want to be made into a movie
Can it be made into a miniseries?
yes, because I would do mine.
or into a
But go
mini?
ahead.
That's
Go ahead.
even better because let's take a look at what failed Borderlands as a movie and see what succeeded as Fallout as a series. Let's go with what video game would you want to be made into a series?
Well, mine would obviously be maybe not necessarily the Skyrim per se, but Elder Scrolls universe, the story set somewhere in there, somewhere between the events of Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Some kind of story there that makes sense. But it would have to be a miniseries. And I can already see not even a miniseries, just do a straight 10 episode cut. Get to know the main characters, get to know the different guilds, factions, have the overarching storyline,
They,
go ahead and establish a villain, but leave it on a twist.
they
And
did
whether
that-
it gets renewed for a second season or not, kind of like Fallout, it ended on a twist and it ended on a call to action. And I'm ready for season 2. And that's what,
they did that with The Witcher. The Witcher was another successful one.
yep. So I again, not necessarily any story that's been done, kind of like what Fallout did. Fallout was its own story set within the universe, but they kept true to like the game. They kept true to the scenery. They kept true to the
The essence of the story. They kept
yeah, like the mythos of the story.
Yeah.
And I would like to see them do an Elder Scrolls like that, but not try to make it overly funny, not try to make it like it's gotta be done right.
Game of Thrones, but more fun.
And less adult stuff.
Wiener,
Less
wiener,
incest.
But that would be my number one.
I'm thinking Gears of War. I really like that
Ooh.
series. And I think it would really thrive as a miniseries, especially if you make it like rated R. And
Ah,
yeah, great characters.
that got
Great
my
world.
nipples hard when you said that. I'd love to see that as a miniseries, man.
Yeah, I'm there.
I forgot about that game.
I know, right?
And I love those games too. That was another game that one of our friends got me into, and I got into it and kind of beat one of the, I think Gears 2 before he did. And he's like, "Oh, I'm done with this franchise." And then I beat Gears 3 without him even playing it at all. But for me, for a mini series like Joe was saying, even just a straight 10 episode cut, the game I'm about to say is part of a franchise, but I would just want to see the miniseries about just this game from the series. Ocarina of Time. Man, I would love to see that as a miniseries. My goodness. That was probably my favorite Legend of Zelda game, I think, growing up. Probably because it was right at the peak time of me gaming, and that's when it came out on the N64 and whatnot. But Twilight Princess was cool too, but man, Ocarina of Time hit me so well.
So,
And plus I could fish in that game.
well, I will say that would be a good one, but the biggest drawback for that Battery would be the second Link says a word, all the fans, Link doesn't talk. He just goes, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That would be the
Well-
biggest drawback. But I think people would love to see a live action Legend of Zelda in some way, shape, or form.
yes.
How would you give Link a voice when he doesn't talk? Like, how would they do that without screwing it up?
That's for
What if
Hollywood
what if
executives to decide, but they are terrible at making decisions.
wait, does anybody else talk in that game series or not?
Here,
Like
take
actual words.
Go Alone.
I mean, I've played the Game Boy and like DS and Switch. I haven't played it on the Switch. Nintendo, DS, and Game Boy. Like, I can't think of the name. Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons on the Game Boy, and the one before that, Link's Awakening. I mean, the characters talk, but Link never says anything back to the characters. But it's all
Okay.
text.
Okay,
Yeah.
Robinson, I see your point. My counterpoint would be Link doesn't have to talk because there was this movie that was made not too long ago called Only God Forgives, where Ryan Gosling, I don't think, said a single word in that movie. But I was hooked and just drawn into that entire movie.
Yeah.
And even this other movie he was in, Drive, like he barely said anything in that too, but I was still enthralled with his character because I could tell what he was about, and everyone else in the universe did the talking for him or enough talking, and I was like, you know what, that rocks. That could work. But that could be a Halloween costume for this year too. Look out,
And Nicolas Cage also did a movie like that too, where he was like,
Pastor.
no, he was like the janitor or something of like a Chuck E. Cheese sort of setup, and he doesn't talk the entire movie. He just like wakes up and starts killing these evil animatronic characters.
Willy's Wonderland.
Yes, doesn't say a
Uh,
line, so you can get star power in there that doesn't talk.
And I
That
mean, if
sounds
they
like
wanted to,
Blade
if it
Runner
wanted-
too.
also, I think Ryan Gosling just is a shy person and doesn't like to talk. He likes to
He makes it
smile
work,
in all
though.
of his movie roles. He does, though. He really does.
Yeah, he would break character like
Like his Beavis and Butthead skit in SNL.
So mine, I think, talking about Jason Statham, I think I would.
Beekeeper.
Yes, but I think he could be great in my miniseries adaptation of the PS3 release title, Resistance: Fall of Man, the slightly post World War II alien invasion story where the main soldier gets infected by an alien bug and is taking down the whole horde coming in. I think that could be fun. I haven't played the game in 10 years, but hey, it's not just an alien invasion story. It's via World War II. It can sort of slide in with the whole Godzilla -1 scene. That's close to World War II, which a lot of people love. So that's my what I think would be a great mini series for a video game.
That would be pretty
Dude.
cool. Plus, it would inject new life into the franchise because I literally haven't heard anyone talk about that game in like probably like 10 years.
It's been 18 years since the first game came out.
It's been
Wow,
84
that's crazy.
years.
And like Resistance 2 came out, and it was I mean, the game was a lot tougher, but like nothing really happened after that. But you got, if they can make Battleship into a movie with
Not a
Rihanna,
good movie, though. Not a good movie, though.
they can make Resistance: Fall of Man into a miniseries.
Just saying.
We do like Connect Four into a movie now.
Well, I mean,
I mean, they did Pixels, so I mean, they pretty much could do that with that same route.
they can probably do Operation. They like Robot Chicken made the Hungry Hungry Hippos skit.
You know,
Shoots a-
Operation for like a zombie apocalypse movie or a haunted hospital movie, like Operation. I would watch that. I was about to say play that, but I would watch that.
now, now I'm just trying to think like what other board game movies there could be made. This
Clue.
they did make a movie.
Basically,
They did make a Clue movie.
Basically, those Adam Sandler
That's right.
movies.
that's what I was gonna say, the
Yeah.
Adam Sandler movies.
Damn,
Or the
what are they called?
Glass Onion movies.
Those movies are actually pretty damn good too. I enjoyed those. Yeah. So yeah. Ooh, sorry.
Monopoly?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I think Monopoly can be Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, what was the one with the game? The mice and the cheese?
Mousetrap.
Mousetrap?
That's an SNL parody video right there where they make a live action Mousetrap movie.
I mean, Jumanji.
Yeah,
Bless you.
Jumanji.
But that was
Both
a
the Robin Williams one and the new one.
yeah.
Scrabble.
Scrabble?
Oh,
Tic-tac-toe?
yeah.
Cornhole.
Okay. Hojo, I'm giving you all the money and the supplies you need to make a movie out of this kind of board game, and not really a board game. I guess you play it on a board. Make a movie out based on Solitaire.
Oh, okay. It is a. Oh God.
Anything you need, we got you, but you just got to make a movie based off Solitaire.
Okay, it's gonna be dark. Just heads up, it's gonna be real dark. I'm going to take it where there's 4 families, and each one is a deck of cards, and they have to align perfectly to bring about their serene end for apocalypse. It's gonna be very melancholy, to where this, the spades where the King David is running them. David Spade is their king. And then we got Lou Diamond Phillips leading the Diamonds. And then Lady Gaga is the Queen of Hearts. I think that's the best one. And pretty much they're just trying to formulate the best way to create alliances so they can have their happy ending, like the food at the end of Sausage Party. Ending into
Oh
that.
my God. That movie made me actually not eat certain foods for a while because I was thinking, oh,
It is now a mini series.
I
What?
think I was
Wow.
gonna watch that, but I never got around to it. But yeah,
You gotta
I
have the
guess good
appetite
job.
for it.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
so let's make Cards Against Humanity into a movie. It would be better than movie 43.
Movie 43 sucked, but I enjoyed it. Cool beans.
So you want to hear
Yes.
ChatGPT's version of Solitaire?
Yes.
All right. It's called Solitaire: The Last Hand. The tagline is "Sometimes the game plays you."
Oh.
Synopsis: in the dimly lit apartment of Evelyn Harper, a reclusive former chess prodigy, time has become an indistinguishable blur. Haunted by the trauma of a tragic accident that claimed her family's lives, Evelyn has been withdrawn from the world, finding solace only in the quiet and solitary game of solitaire. Solitary game of solitaire.
I love that.
Her once brilliant mind, now fractured, seeks order in the cards, hoping to find some semblance of control in the chaos of her life. Each day, Evelyn obsessively plays game after game, searching for the perfect, elusive winning sequence. But as the days stretch into nights, the lines between the game and reality begin to blur. The cards start to communicate with her, revealing cryptic messages and unsettling visions that hint at hidden truths about her past. Disturbing memories resurface, and Evelyn becomes convinced that her family's death was not an accident, part of a larger, more sinister plot. As she delves deeper into the game, Evelyn uncovers a secret society that uses solitaire as a coded language to communicate with its members. Each card represents a piece of a larger puzzle, one that connects her family's tragedy to a series of unsolved disappearances across the city. The more she plays, the closer she gets to the truth. But the game begins to take a toll on her sanity. Is Evelyn uncovering a real conspiracy, or is she losing her grip on reality? As the final hand approaches, Evelyn must decide whether to play the cards dealt to her or abandon the game before it consumes her completely. In the end, she discovers that the ultimate game of solitaire is not just about winning or losing, it's about surviving.
Never in my life would
Actually,
I.
sounds kind of compelling, right?
Yeah, and I never in my life also would have thought I would have heard the phrase "a solitary secret society." But actually, I want to watch that series now, though.
It kind of reminds me of like same genre type of like what was the Johnny Depp movie where he was a writer and
See,
he was like,
I was getting the number
Se-
23 with Harry vibes.
okay, I
Secret
can see the
Window?
number 23.
Yeah.
The secret
Window?
window.
Was
Yes.
that it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Why'd
And-
you channel your inner Johnny Depp when he said, "Oh yes, yes, yes"?
Oh yes, yes. But yeah, I'm seeing it along those lines. Yeah, the number 23 was also good.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering how ChatGPT can make other like games of like the card game Spades play.
I don't know if it would.
Do you think it would cast James Spader?
Oh my god. And I'm
Well,
surprised that you didn't say Rebecca Gayheart was the Queen of Hearts in your Solitaire movie, Drew.
I don't know who that is.
She's an actress. That's all you need to know. But I don't know. I guess I think that's a good jump right there. Or do we need anything else? Or I think we're
Oh,
good there.
I think Seth's typing away on something because what other card games would you play as? Or like a board like
Oh, I'm just asking who the cast would be. Okay. Evelyn Harper is played by Kate Blanchett. Dr. Thomas Warren
We've
is
come
Ah.
full
Evelyn's
circle.
therapist. He's deeply concerned about her deteriorating mental state. Mark Ruffalo plays the doctor.
Ooh.
Detective Anna Collins, a tenacious detective investigating the strange circumstances surrounding Evelyn's family tragedy. Viola Davis.
Oh shit. Should knock that out the
Ooh.
park.
Yeah.
Michael
David.
Harper, Evelyn's late husband, who appears in flashbacks and visions, played by Hugh Jackman.
Oh.
Isabella Harper, Evelyn's teenage daughter, whose presence is felt throughout the film in memories and dreams, Millie Bobby Brown.
I fucking knew that. Like, look at my mouth when
Wow.
you're saying that.
Jonathan Miles, a mysterious mentor figure who introduces Evelyn to the secret society connected to the solitaire game, played by Sir
Ian McKellen.
Patrick Stewart.
Anthony Hopkins.
Ben Kingsley. Those were all good answers. Those were all good answers.
Oh.
I could actually see all of them playing that. And the last person, Natalie Brooks, a high-ranking member of the secret society who becomes both a guide and adversary for Evelyn as she delves deeper into the conspiracy, played by
Angelina Jolie.
Tilda Swinton.
Damn it.
Oh. Yeah.
I can see
This
that.
is a star-studded cast too.
could-
Damn.
I know,
It
right?
is.
Damn. I
I
want
really
to
want to
see
see
this movie now.
this.
We better like because this will be a movie before we know. We got to keep an eye out for when this actually does come out.
And nip it in the bud. We came up with it here first on Jub
Right.
stuff.
August 25th, 2024, 9:43 p.m. Eastern, 6:43 p.m. over on the other side.
We weren't good with that clock thing on the wall. All right, bros. What board game, card game would you want to be made into a serious drama like that? Or what about your favorite video game that hasn't been done yet? As always, I'm Hokey Joker.
Sarah!
I'm the solitaire player.
I guess I'm just HK.
Until the next time, guys. Cheers.